Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Just Seen podcast. And today, as you've seen from the title, we're going to be having a Frail conversation, but we're going to be talking about players and pimps. Players and pimps. And the reason why I wanted to have this episode was because in the last episode, the very last episode, I talked about prizes. So I wanted to give the same context from the other side, but a little bit deeper. So a lot of what I couldn't cover, what I didn't cover, or what I didn't specialize on or specify on that other side is going to be discussed here. And the reason why I want to talk about players and pimps is because why not? Prizes are the rewards for the players and the pimps. You feel me? And I want to talk about pimps specifically because everybody want to be a pimp. And they be trying so hard to be a pimp that they fail at being a pimp. You feel me? Because it goes back into the layer of the players. You know, I alluded to it in the other one when I talked about prizes and you had a 200 ticket motherfucker and a 10,000 ticket motherfucker. At the end of the day, it's who's going to play the game and who's good enough and qualified enough to actually play the game. And as I'm watching the world and the landscape that we in, a lot of motherfuckers just want to be the player. And they don't know how to play the game. And the game, for one, the game is still the same. It's still the same game. You feel me? And the game, as we know, is meet the expectations so you can be rewarded by the women. You see what I'm saying? The problem with the game and why niggas can't keep it player no more is because they still want the reward, but they don't want to play the game right. So they'll cheat, they'll coerce the game. And now we in the world where you can look like the good player. You don't even have to actually be a good player. You can actually doctor yourself up for social media, for whatever, to, hook it, and then they find out later that you're not a player. They find out later that you can't keep a G. They find out later. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I heard this quote, and it was some real shit. It said, if you gotta lie to do it, you're not really about that. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you in the pocket where you have to coerce, manipulate, deceive just to get it, you ain't that. You feel what I'm saying? Now the problem is you can't tell no more. You can't tell no more. Now, this does go into the education system. Does go into, that's what the fuck was cut out of the last one. Hopefully it don't get cut out of this one. But that's what was, when we had the education, you feel me? There was levels. You feel me? Slow class people, regular class people, you know what I'm saying? Honors class, AP classes and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers. I'm not trying to be funny, but I want to be honest here. There's a lot of attractive, slow people. There's a lot of attractive, slow people on the internet now. Like, fuck the real world. We won't even be able to know in the real world anyway. But now in the internet world, it's totally different. You feel what I'm saying? Because they can replicate a reality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't fact check if somebody's functionally literate or not. You can't fact check certain shit. You see what I'm saying? You have to actually engage and understand and interact with this motherfucker. And then sometimes even that's crazy because people be thinking because you can articulate your words that you actually intelligent. In a lot of cases, a lot of times it's not the case. So a lot of these motherfuckers that have to keep it player, like they can't. Like, there was a time, and I'm fortunate enough to be born at the cusp of when it transitioned from the digital age to the real age. All my big homies were player for real. Like, you feel what I'm saying? They taught me a very valuable game. They say, if you can't get her when you bummy, you can't have her. And I was like, nigga, what? They're like, if you got to dress up to get her, if you can't go pull her when you just bummy and shit, one, she ain't who you supposed to be fucking with because she ain't built like that. And two, you ain't got it. And I value that. I was like, when I got that little nugget, I had to be like 14. I was like 14 years old when that little nugget was planted within me. And I would always, if I was going to pull up on a chick, it was always, yo, like my homies, they be like, yo, let's go. We about to go. I'm about to go to the shorty house. You want to come with me? I'm like, yeah, mind you, we 15, 16 years old. I'm like, yeah. So I get over there, bummy than a motherfucker, but I'm captivating her. I'm captivating her like a motherfucker. And then it's like, now when I actually do show up, cause we out in public, like, oh, you stepped your game up. And they like, nah, he ain't step his game up. This is just how he presents himself to y'all to make sure that y'all worthy of fucking with him. You feel me? It's player shit. It's some player shit. But now the game is twisted. Motherfuckers decorate themselves on the outside. They have all of this other shit so they can cheat the game. You feel what I'm saying? Women will completely overlook the whole conversation if you already check off everything they're supposed to get. So somewhere along the line, it changed. You know what I'm saying? And we went from players and pimps to poppers and simps. But before we dive heavy into that, be sure to follow me on Instagram _just_scene_. Be sure to check out my website, iamjustseen.com, to get all things that are just seen. To all those who tip, donate, and sponsor the podcast, you are greatly appreciated. To all those who would like to tip, donate, and sponsor the podcast, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of the podcast. Not the episode, but the podcast itself. And you know the vibes. Well, Cash App and PayPal are just fine. And you know the vibes as always. That's that for this and that's this for that. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to dive into So Frail conversations, players and pimps. And don't forget to visit iamjustseen.com. There, you can get all things Just Seen. You want to add the So Frail series to your library? Visit iamjustseen.com. You want to learn how to master the markets for serious trading and investing? Visit iamjustseen.com. You want to get your hands on some exclusive merch like tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, hats, bags? Visit iamjustseen.com. Are you thinking about transitioning into the plant-based lifestyle? Visit iamjustseen.com. You ever want to just chat with Scene about anything from simple advice to mentorship? Visit iamjustseen.com. Anything and everything that is me, you can find at iamjustseen.com. So take a quick peek into my world to see why being just seen is nothing less but always more. Because you never really know what you need until you see it, and you will never see it unless you visit iamjustseen.com. All right. Welcome back. Ow. And without further ado, we're going to dive heavy into this motherfucker. So, yeah, players and pimps. So let's set the tone. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when I say players and pimps, in no way, shape, or form am I saying that we should keep the game going. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that we should continue to be on some player and pimp type shit. We should, be in a space. But considering how society is played out, how it's already structured, this is the game. This is the game. Sad part about it is there's motherfuckers who are finally now becoming player, but the game's done. You see what I'm saying? Like the championship, all of that shit. Like they're playing. They're it's past its prime. You feel what I'm saying? This is why they're upset that all of the bad women got kids now. All of this, like niggas is like, yo, you gonna have to be a stepdaddy or whatever the case may be. I'm aware of that. If I'm still like, because for me, I look at it like this. I'm not like in a space or in a negative space. Ideally, I would want to share, that one experience with just one. You feel what I'm saying? To where it's like, okay, you like our first is our first. You feel me? But the reality is the reality. Because if I still want to be in the player game and be getting they got kids. All the bad ones got kids, bro. There's no way around it. You can't, because of the way the game played. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, we had the players and the pimps and we had the poppers and the simps. Now, the way in which it's established, where you have the relationship structure of women setting the expectation and men meeting it and then being rewarded for it, and then men knowing that I have to be rewarded for the expectation that I meet. The players rule that game. Now, pimps exploit it and capitalize on it by knowing that they have these expectations. They reduce the expectations of a woman, just make them give the reward out for money. That's how pimps work. I grew up at a time where everybody wanted to be a pimp. Like when I was like 12, like when 50 dropped PIMP, 12, 13, 50 dropped PIMP, Snoop was pimping and all these motherfuckers, like the pimp persona was glorified in the music, but it wasn't defined correctly in the music. You see what I'm saying? The pimp was never a motherfucker that just had a lot of girls. No, he had a lot of girls solely for the fact that he had reached the point where he transcended. Imagine being able to transcend the expectation of a woman to be able to give her reward out. Fuck just you getting the reward. You're able to give her reward out. That's pimping. That's pimping like a motherfucker. You feel me? I'm not going to call myself a pimp. I'm not even going to put myself in that pocket. But through the course of my life, I had women that would do things just because I told them to. Now, that is a form of pimping. It wasn't just always the sex. I did have one instance where I was drunk. And this woman, she was like, yo, I want you so bad. I said, look, you got to fuck my homies if you want to fuck me. Because I didn't really want to fuck her. I didn't think she would do it. You feel what I'm saying? She let one of my homies fuck, and then I fucked right after him because I had to honor my word. You feel me? Pimp shit. Real pimp shit. Am I glorifying it? Am I proud of it? No, but I'm also not ashamed of it either. When you got it, you got it. You feel me? I had another instance. Now that was when I was in my teenage years when I did that shit. But I had another instance in my 20s, mid to late 20s, where I was talking to a woman and she was like, well, if we gonna do polygamy, you gonna have to let me pick the woman. Nigga, who the fuck said anything about doing polygamy? Like, the fuck is you talking about? I had already reached the point of expectation and standard. And you know what I'm saying? All of that to where the reward was already given for me to the point where I was able to say, I can do whatever I want with your reward. Again, another instance of that shit. Pimping. It's pimping. Keep that in mind. When you keep into pimping, you are at a point where you reach the expectation to not only be able to get the reward, but to able to exploit the reward, even sell the reward if you want to, and use the reward how you feel you should use it. That's pimp shit. Now, the player, on the other hand, very, very similar. Pimps and players are very, very similar, except the player does not exploit the reward. It keeps it for itself and it accumulates rewards like infinity stones. Infinity stones, my bad. You feel me? So we are at a point and we are at a standstill where dudes that was never in the game, they ain't never had no team, they ain't never had no multiple women. They didn't have the luxuries that we had. All the women now want to be bad bitches. We at least used to be players with women who had aspirations and goals to be other shit. All these women want to be bad bitches. All these women want to have contour noses. All these women want to have the same defined body. It's a clone. So your team, it's all the same. We had a team of different chicks. Had a tall chick, had a short chick, had a skinny chick, had a thick chick. You know what I'm saying? There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda. That's player shit, bro. That's player shit. You feel me? So we don't know how to keep it player because we don't realize the rules of the game. That's what I want to address mostly within this episode. The rules of the motherfucking game. It's the motherfuckers that aren't playing. Like, the rules are unwritten. You feel me? The rules are unwritten. There's certain shit that you don't do. There's certain things certain lines you don't cross. That motherfuckers is violating today. One of the first rules of both being a player and a pimp is you cannot, you should not, and you shall never use or leverage another man's inadequacies to heighten yours. You see what I'm saying? If we add this to the sports world, we don't look at, like, LeBron doesn't call himself a better player by demeaning or diminishing what the fuck Kobe did on the court. Nah, he has to carve out his own shit because what Kobe did on the court was what Kobe did on the court. But look at what we have defined as what player is now. Like, nigga, oh girl, I could treat you like that's the cheat code. Those are the losers. Those are the sucker niggas. Those are the poppers. Those ain't the real players. Those are the motherfuckers who gotta lie. Just imagine that. If I'm gonna have to lie to you in a situation. I'm gonna have to lie to you in a relationship if I got to diminish another man's value just to get you. Just for you to see mine. Like, nah, that's not player, homie. And you damn sure ain't no pimp. Because you gotta be a player before you can be a pimp. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be able to, like, the whole point is that you can exceed the expectations. Now, we're in this world where everything is about conquer. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about the reward. So again, the player is going to be the motherfucker who's, I can get whatever reward I want. Because it's not that, like, I used to say that shit. I was in college and I was talking to this woman. Like, we weren't really talking, but we were having this conversation. I say, yo, you give me a 5-minute conversation with any woman and I'll get her number. You feel me? I said, no. Let me rephrase that because I want to make sure I say it right. I told her, I said, if you give me a 5-minute conversation with any woman that I want, I'm going to get a number. And I might fuck her too, but I'm going to get a number definitely. So this particular woman decides to say, nope, I can have a fun conversation with you. I said, I don't want you. Room got quiet. Everybody I'm like, yo, see, there's your ego getting involved. I clearly stated my parameters. You give me a 5-minute conversation with any woman that I want, I will get a number. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. And it wasn't, and at the time, it comes off arrogant, comes off cocky. No, it's the experience, homie. When you got it, you got it. When you don't, you don't. I don't have to beg for the numbers. Like, you be captivated and don't even realize what the fuck is happening to you. This episode is really gonna like shed light to a dark side of who I am, or I'm gonna say who I am. I ain't gonna say who I was and try to hide it. Like, yo, I just now learned how to use it for the positive things. I still do it. I still do it. Most a heavy bulk of my travelers are women. The ones who engage with me the most are women. That's not an accident. That's not an accident. And I'm gonna tell you why. This ties into, in a way, so Frail conversations. Because I knew that to get my message across to men, I had to tap into women. I had to exploit women. Nigga, that's what everybody do. You see what I'm saying? Most of y'all that are listening to So Frail conversations, or y'all read So Frail books or whatever the case may be, chances are you got the content, you got So Frail from a woman. She told you to read it. Now you sitting there thinking about it like, God damn, Shorty did give me that motherfucking book. Yeah. Because I knew that I can get women to do what I want them to do for me. Now, because I had evolved and I now have integrity, it's all player shit. It's all player shit. Because again, it goes back to the point. You give me a 5-minute conversation with any woman that I want, I will get a number. I will get her. Not just her number, I will get her. You see what I'm saying? What's crazy about it, what gets scary is because the older women get, the older we move up in the age, it scares them a lot more because it happens too quick. I'm trying to resist. I can't do it. No, I got to put these boundaries up. I got to block all of this because it's too smooth for you to be doing this. I just have integrity now, baby girl. I could have exploited that shit a long time ago. I play your game. But again, this is a testament to what was already in me, bro. What's in a lot of dudes that are on that player level. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. We exploited and we tapped into something. So tap back into the So Frail conversation. Chances are, if you've read So Frail, you either found my page, you either found my content because a woman gave it to you, or you in some way, shape, or form, there's a connection. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, not all of y'all, some of y'all really did, just y'all been rocking with me for a minute, and that's how y'all found my information. But a high percentage of y'all, hell, some of y'all not even supposed to be listening to this type of episode, and it's women here. You feel what I'm saying? I know. It's like that. But I knew what I needed to do. I knew what message I needed to deliver, and I knew how I needed to do it. When niggas see that women love you, they want to be you in some way, shape, or form. Now, in knowing that, I got to get my brothers to wake up. I got to get my brothers to do something different. I used it. I leveraged it. This is the scapegoat. That's why y'all here now. That's why a lot of y'all are here now, because I understand the game. I understand the game so well that we only are going to pattern our game off of who wins. You see what I'm saying? Anybody who's patterning the game off a sucking nigga, like, you a sucker. Like, you gonna do some sucker shit too. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you start patterning the game off a player, then you gotta know what's up. And I always knew that dudes pattern their game off of me. I seen it all through high school, middle school too. I was taking women just because, like, you feel me? Now, when I could take your girl without trying, what does that say? Like I said, this episode is gonna be a very arrogant one. It's going to seem kind of arrogant, but I'm only speaking on past experiences. I'm not speaking on anything that I do now because I don't do this shit no more. You feel what I'm saying? I've scaled back so much. I've scaled back. I ain't even going to say scale back. I evolved so much that now I'm like, polygamy is for the carnal, bro. Like, that's why y'all hear me say that shit. Polygamy is for the carnal. Monogamy is for the divine. Being with one woman and doing all of this shit, that's hard. Being able to do this with multiple women, that shit's easy, bro. That shit's easy. I've been doing that shit since I was a teenager. But that's the game. Because when we first get into this motherfucker, what we're introduced to it is you have to talk your way into the, like, I don't think people understand the intricacies of what it is to get a number in 60 seconds. She gone in 60 seconds, like a car. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, to see a chick in public. Like, you see all of the pranks that are happening right now, and these guys, they got to have their cars. They got to have all of this shit. Like, imagine doing that shit. No social media. No camera phone. No, none of the shit that we got going on right now. Being able to do that shit then, get numbers in 60 seconds then, like, soon as you see the chick, hey, how you doing? And your whole game is on point. Even when I got a man, I got a this, that, and the third. All of the shit that these motherfuckers are saying, he don't let you have friends, all of that shit. Who you think started that shit? That shit's 10, 20 years in the making. And they're just now starting to use it for social media. We were doing this shit before all of this. We was doing this shit before DMs. We didn't have to pretend, nigga. We were like, our pretending was acting in person. Y'all niggas got to act online. That's different. You feel what I'm saying? It's so many women that I've encountered over these last couple of years that I was like, yo, you're the same person you are online. Cause I already lived my life I already did the persona shit when I was young. Imagine how much confidence you actually lack when you have to create the persona online already. Like, you gotta lie on the internet too. Now, granted, when we was young, yeah, it wasn't lying. I ain't gonna say it was lying. It was manipulating the truth. You feel what I'm saying? You hype yourself up in a way in which I look better in your presence. You gotta close the sale. You gotta do it. But that's the game. That's the game. And in the game, you get the prize. You're trying to get the prize. Sadly enough, the only thing that we know about the prize is that it's the pussy. It ain't her intellect. It ain't her contribution to society, nigga. It's that pussy, bro. And as bad and as much as women want to deny it and say that that's not what it is, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. I get disappointed, but I understand the game because I understand my level of the competitor. I've dealt with so many women. I don't just give it up when I first meet. I don't just do this, that, and the third. I don't just, lady. All right. It's different when you're in my presence. When you're in my presence and you feel, oh, I don't know how to control myself. Yes, you do. But you're just so wrapped up in the game. You're wrapped up in the game and being the prize and realizing that, yo, I got to give him some pussy now because he did everything no, don't give me no pussy. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the thing. And if we do, and as men, this is where the side comes in when you're not player, because as men, when we don't get it, we try to guilt them into it. Like, yo, you brought me all the way up. Like the dudes that are flying chicks out and they leaving them at the airport. They leaving them at the airport because they won't fuck. Nigga, that's not player. That's not player. We don't even fly these hoes out. And I'm saying hoes because this is so frail conversations. And that's like, if you flying these chicks out and they don't think that, and if you flying these chicks out and they in their mind can formulate the conception that they're not fucking, you blurring a line somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You dudes that's on some, yo, am I fucking tonight? Oh, no, you ain't fucking. All right, well, we gonna have. Wow. Y'all the reasons the game is like, y'all was never supposed to be in the game. Y'all niggas that are doing this, y'all are the spectators that are playing rec ball and acting like y'all are championship caliber players and shit. Like, that's what the game is getting fucked up in. Now, granted, because it's a game and it's a bad game, I don't want nobody playing it. You feel me? My daughters, they gotta succumb to the game. But this is why I always say, this is why I wrote So Frail 3, So Frail 1, and So Frail 2. But this is why I created the So Frail conversation. This is why I created all this shit. When I'm gone, my daughter is gonna be out this motherfucker. She needs to know the game. I can't stop the game from being played. I can only make her the better player in the motherfucker. You feel me? I tell the story about when I was in high school and I had two homegirls. I said, yo, I'm gonna put y'all on the game because y'all my best friends. I don't want nobody to fuck y'all over because then I gotta get mad. So rather than me getting mad and fucking shit up, you feel me? I'm gonna teach y'all the game. When I say I fucked up by teaching them the game, nigga, I realized when I seen them playing the game, I realized how devastating we were as men. How devastating I was as a man. I was like, shorty, like, yeah, man, this nigga just want to eat my pussy tonight. What? We got curfew, bro. We got to get in the house soon. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga, I told him, look, I get off work at this time. You got to meet me here. I said, y'all niggas sound just like me. I know, bro. No, that's not a good thing. No. Like, what have I done to y'all? Bro, you taught me the game. So now these niggas ain't about to get me. These niggas ain't about to get. I know, but now you getting these niggas. And when I say the dudes that like, these were dudes that's like, they was supposed to be in my circle. I'm like, yo, y'all getting finessed by my little sisters, bro? Like, what? And I mean the little sisters in the context that, I don't blur lines of friends and family and shit. It's just you either are or you ain't. So, like, once I fuck with you, I fuck with you. So they was my little sisters. They like both were a year younger than me. So I'm like, y'all niggas getting played. Like, y'all supposed to be him. Y'all getting played by my little sisters, bro. Damn, that's when I started to realize how cutthroat I was in the game. But I had to think about it. I learned the game from people that was 7, 8 years older than me. I was practicing the game on the women that they were getting. You see what I'm saying? That's what I was putting this game on. By the time I was 15, 16 years old, it won't shit to pull a 21, 22-year old. She didn't even know. She didn't even know. And I didn't even my shit was so smooth, I didn't even have to tell her how old I was. Like, you know how see, and this is the levels of the game, bro. I'm giving y'all a little bit of gem. These are the levels of the game. You got those conversationalists where you gotta start, yo, how old are you? I never initiated any conversation with a woman how old she was. Ever. I never had to, hey, yo, how old are you? It's like, I was always on that go straight into conversation mode. Fuck interrogation. That's what we treat this shit like now. What's your name? Who shot you? This, that, and the third. Blah, 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 blah. It's all question based. It's all interrogation. I never did that. It was all fluid conversation. Fluid conversation. Before you know it, you laughing, touching me and shit. Next thing you know is, how did I get your number? I don't know what you're doing to me. It's these words, baby. It's these words. And again, I got to keep saying it because it comes off cocky, but I mean this with the most arrogance. The most arrogance, the most modesty is not arrogant in any way, shape, or form. I promise you. But like my words, like women have told me out of their own mouth, like when you speak, it makes my pussy tingle, my spine shake. I know because I know how to say the right shit. I know how to say it in the right inflections, the right tones. I know how to deliver it in a certain way that captivates the fuck out of you. I can say I say regular basic shit, but I know how to cater it to the conversation. Because that's what communication is about. You give and you take. You actually listen. You feel me? Was it exploitive? Hell yeah, because I wasn't trying to be your motherfucking man. I wanted some pussy. I wanted the reward. So now, when I talk about putting women on 3-day plans, the shit that I used to do, like, yo, let me put you on this 3-day plan. Let me put her on this 3-day plan. That's how easy it was. But it's very difficult. Because niggas would be like, how did you do that? How couldn't you? That was my thing. How couldn't you? It's not hard. It's very simple. Just gotta know what the fuck you're doing. But a lot don't know what they're doing. So we end up having to decorate ourselves. We end up having to we need to I'm gonna say it like that. We need to hyperbolize ourselves to be better than we are, and we're not. Because the reward has gotten so far out that we have to cheat the game to get it. We have to cheat the game to get it. We either have to handicap ourselves. We got to do something to get it. And now everybody want to be players and pimps. And now the only people that's having the conversations about people being simps or whatever the case may be are the players who are mad that you playing the game right. Niggas talking about, hey, yo, you spending money on chicks. You when they say that you're simping because you actually cater to a woman, you listening to her, and I'm like, nigga, that's the game. I don't think niggas understand that. You feel me? That's why the game. This is why you become a fuckboy. This is why they hate you when the game is done. This is why they have such an issue with you because you simped. In the terms of the people today, you simped. But a simp is a sucker imitating a Mac or a pimp. But you are actually being the Mac and the pimp. That's the whole gist of the player. You play with their minds. That's the whole thing. And I can't play with your mind with lies and deception, with jokes and kitty shit. No. I tap into my spousal energy. This is another lane. If you read Frail 3, I think it's in Frail 3 or Frail 2, but I talk about the different types of energy: fraternal energy, spousal energy, and paternal energy. When you tap into your spousal and your paternal energy and you fluctuate, that's player shit, bro. You got her. But the problem is, it's these motherfuckers that want to stay in fraternal energy and still get those rewards. Nah, but this is why they hate us. This is why the fuckboy is the fuckboy. But here's why they keep spinning the block. You ever notice how she can't leave a nigga alone, but she know he ain't good for her? Because you know this nigga player, but what he exploited in you was the spousal energy, was using the spousal energy and the paternal energy. You feel me? Don't let a chick not have a father figure in her life. Oh, I'm using straight paternal energy. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you my strategy, yo. I didn't even know that I was doing this until I got older and I was able to, look back on it and say, yo, you was savage, but you was smooth. When I knew that a woman was broken, if I knew that she ain't had no father figure, if I knew shit like that, I exploited the paternal energy in her. Told her she was beautiful, gave her the game that she was lacking, told her, encouraged her, hyped her up and shit. Oh my gosh, you just done the third. I exploited that shit. Yes, I still do this shit today, but I don't do this in a negative way. So if I've done this to you and you listening, because y'all ain't supposed to be here, it's still real conversation. But please don't take this the wrong way and think that I was purposely manipulating you. I'm telling you what I did then, what I understand now, and how I use it now for positive. All right. So I would tap into that paternal energy. You feel what I'm saying? If she had a man, I'm gonna use the spousal energy on her. If she already had a boyfriend, I'm gonna use the spousal energy on her, and I'm gonna show her what she's missing. I ain't gotta do shit else. I ain't gotta do shit else but talk. Have a conversation. She'll create the fantasy in her head. She'll create the whole fantasy in her head. And that's player shit. That's what it is. That's some real player shit. There's literally a science behind this shit that we don't talk about because we don't really know it's a science. We just know that we got it. But what we're doing is we're exploiting her lack of paternal energy and spousal energy. You feel me? If I follow, like, those two are easy. The problem is everybody wants to stay in their fraternal energy, which is all playful shit, and they try to be player. You can't be player with fraternal energy, although that is your playful energy. That's to get younger chicks. No. We wasn't on no shit like that. I'm gonna get the chicks that need substance in their life. I'm trying to fuck you more than one time. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to fuck you. I'm trying to fuck you in a way that makes you think you've been fucking me. Oh my gosh. It's savage, but that's the game, bro. Don't nobody want to talk about the game like that. Don't nobody want to talk about it. It's like the game is to be sold, not told. I'm gonna tell the shit, bitch, because I don't give a fuck no more. Technically I'm selling it if I'm on a podcast, but the game, as they say, is to be sold and not told. But at some point you got to tell the game because it's like, yo, who's gonna suffer? Your little girls are gonna suffer from the game if they don't know what it is. All the shit that I put in So Frail 3, nigga, that's the game. That's the game. When you can see how masculinity truly works and how it can be used good, bad, evil, whatever, then you know how to play the game. All my daughters, when I have them, if I have them, they have to read that by 16 years old. You have to have all three of these motherfuckers done and thoroughly understood, because I can't have y'all out here getting played by no suckers like, yo, daddy I'm him. You can't be out here getting played by these niggas, yo. Fuck that. You got to be able to dodge the game. And I can't be a father who's, I'm going to protect. No. I know for a fact I can't protect my daughter. I'm going to tell you how I know. Because every nigga that I knew who's had daughters, like, yo, you ain't fucking my daughter. I fucked his daughter. Respectfully. It ain't like I smuttered her out or no shit like that. But every nigga was talking about, yo, she can't have no boyfriend. She ain't doing this and that. I was fucking them. That's player shit. I wasn't scared of they fucking daddies, nigga. He got me fucked up. I wish I meet a motherfucking daddy. You better not touch my daughter. I already fucked her, bro. What you mean? I better not. What you talking about? Did he know that? Fuck no, I'm not gonna tell him that, because then it's like I got another issue that I gotta deal with, because then he gonna try to get a brother involved. Then I gotta get you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, chill out, nigga. We ain't gonna do that. But I can't protect my daughter from that. But again, that goes into what I was saying about the paternal energy. I exploited that shit. When I knew that she had a daddy that was going to try to punk me, you fucked. I could fuck her a lot faster than you think. Yo, you better stay away from my daughter. You better stay away from... She going to let me in. She going to let me in faster than you think. Because of the very thing you're doing right now. You don't have the true paternal energy to give her the game to avoid me, so it makes her want me more. Pimping. I was cold with it. Yo, I was too young to be having this much game, bro. I'm telling you. But I used it. I exploited the shit. So that was, like I said, that was one side of the shit. If I knew that she had daddy issues, and this was my thing. I didn't give a fuck if the daddy was in the house or out of the house. I could tell she had daddy issues. You controlling niggas that's, yo, my daughter can't have it. Oh, she's fucked first. She's fucked the easiest. Those are the ones that become the hoes. The ones y'all try to control, because I always tell y'all this, and this is now I'm understanding, like, this is why you can get it as we're older. I'm like, women don't like submission. They like to be unleashed. Simple. This ain't, I don't fuck with, I don't go against nature. I don't give a fuck what humans tell us nature is. I don't go against nature in its presence. Nature tells me consistently that women they like to be unleashed, bro. They don't like to stay in cages. You feel me? So the player knows that. The real player knew that and knew how to exploit that shit. Because again, this is why, like, now, This is how you gonna know you that nigga for real. When you fuck her up and you fuck her over, but she can't leave you alone. That's how you know you that. Everybody want to talk about, oh, I'm an alpha man because of my credentials, because of that and the third. You ain't no alpha if a chick can't walk away from you. You feel me? Now, to do that, it requires a level of honesty. No deception, no playing, no none of that shit. Where that's when you know that you really at that level. Now, when you a fuck boy, oh, these motherfuckers lied, this, that, and the third. They can talk that shit on social media about all the fuck boys that played them, and all the fuck boys that lied, and all the fuck boys that did this, that, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh. She'll fuck him again. You know why? Because he tapped into two energies. He tapped into the spousal energy, and he tapped into the paternal energy. Now, out in the streets with his homeboys, that's all fraternal energy. So again, the nigga you know, the homie you know around women ain't the same. The homie you know in isolation is not the same as the homie you know around women. Now, when you are around your homie and around women at the same time, again, that's a totally different person. You feel what I'm saying? If you are not privy to the elevation that you have to have. Me and my homies, they know, like the homies that start to fuck with me, I'm the same motherfucker no matter what. And that's one of the things that help the consistency. But who you are when you're around women, it's not like women alone is not who you are when you're around men, because two different energies have to tap in. You see what I'm saying? When we're around our homies, it's all fraternal energy. Sometimes you might have a little paternal energy, big homie, little homie, shit like that. But when it's your peer, mainly it's fraternal energy. When we're around women, it's mainly spousal energy and paternal energy. And sometimes it may be fraternal energy, depending on, how close you are. But for the most part, it's spousal. We intentionally go in with spousal and paternal energy, because we don't try to be their friend. Like, that's why the friend zone is so problematic. I'm like, yo, ain't nothing wrong with the friend zone. Nigga, like, I put all the women in the friend zone. Get out the motherfucker. I encourage you to put me in the friend zone. Challenge me to get out the motherfucker. I'm not going in the friend zone, but I'm just saying, put me in that motherfucker. Watch how easily I get out. You feel me? That's another one of the cheat codes. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game right now. When you in the player state, let her put you in the friend zone. Don't bitch, oh, I'm in the friend zone. She ain't. No, nigga. Let her put you in the friend zone, because that's the easiest way to use spousal and paternal energy. Easiest way to use spousal and paternal energy. Now, I'm not telling y'all this to go exploit the women. I'm not telling y'all this to go use it on the motherfucking women. I'm telling y'all from the perspective of understanding the game. Since everybody want to talk about it, niggas now want to get in the game. Now it's like, yo, I got to dress a certain way. I got to look a certain way. I got to talk a certain way. I got to have this. I got to have that. Like, niggas got beards because they know it's going to get them some pussy. Not because they actually want a beard. You feel me? When my beard get too long and start scratching my neck and shit, I cut that shit. Women, oh my gosh, you cut. This is my fucking beard. I know what I got a beard for, and I don't only use it because I don't use it. I don't feel like cutting my shit all the time. Like, I don't like trimming it all the time. I don't like going through the shit, so I let it grow and grow until it gets annoying to me. Then I cut it down. You didn't ask me if you can cut your beard. This ain't your fucking beard if you don't get the fuck out of my face. You feel me? But there's some dudes, because of that fraternal energy, in a way, they will be subject themselves to decorate to the expectation that they know women want. I know bad bitches like this. I know this type of woman like that. I don't give a fuck what type of woman she want, because you give me 5 minutes of a conversation and I want you, I'm going to get you. That's just what it is to keep it player, homie. That's what it is to keep it player. I legit don't have a type. I have an attraction. You feel me? Now, when I had a type, the type was easy to get. Like, I can play with the type. It ain't shit. The type is easy. Because then when you have a type, this is the fucked up part about the game. When you have a type, you spend time perfecting your craft on how to get that type. That's it. So you don't really know how to get women. You know how to get your type. That's the savage part about all this. And that's what makes a lot of this sad, because a lot of y'all can't even get your type. You feel me? Some of these dudes can't even get their type, because for one, the types are oversaturated. But some of these dudes can't even get their types. And you call yourself a player? Nah, it's easy to undermine him. Oh, he's a simp. He's this, that, and the third. Hey, y'all can call it what you want. That's how I know y'all was never in the game. Because that's how you got her. You had to act like you cared. You had to pay attention to her shit. We didn't give a fuck about shit like, oh, what's your favorite color? Like the simp shit, like that simp shit. That's what y'all do. Yo, what's your favorite color? Fraternal shit. You want to be on a basic level. Nah, we tapped in some other shit. Yo, when was the last time you did this, that, and the third? Hey, you ever been here before? Like, that's why it fucks them up when they done with the motherfucker that took them to that level, and they got to go backwards to y'all. You feel me? I reached the point in my life where the levels that I take a woman to, this is player shit, but it is what it is. I don't use it negatively for the player shit, but this is real player shit for real, because this is the level up. For me, it's not just the physical shit no more. Yeah, it can be, oh, he took me to go eat here. He took me to go eat here. He took me to this resort, this spot, and all of this shit. Your mind. I take your mind to places it's never been before, and you can't go again without me. You feel me? All men have the capacity to do it when you're intelligent. I'm going to tell you why it's so easy to do when you have that capacity, because women are naturally intuitive, men are naturally intelligent, right? Intuition is strengthened when intelligence is present. I can take a woman's mind to the places my mind is going, but I hold her hand this whole time. I don't see, this is what, one thing when I used to, when I first started with the conscious community and shit, I used to always tell the women, read the 48 laws of power. Because you got to be careful dealing with these dudes that are going to exploit the 48 laws of power. And you know what I'm saying? I'm free in giving all of the information that I have to women. I don't tell women, I don't teach women or give women my information so that I can suppress them or hype them, make them feel like, oh, he's so smart. No. I'm doing it to strengthen your intuition, because I want you to be able to feel better in this world. So when I give you this information, I'm going to tell you the resources that I got it from. I'm going to tell you the game. I'm going to tell you other shit. And now what I expose you to, you can't unsee. And only you can fuck with me after that. You feel what I'm saying? Now I use it for good instead of evil, but that was my fuckboy shit. I did it then too. I knew my quote unquote competition to men were nowhere near as intelligent as I was. Ever. So I would give women little game and shit that I knew niggas wasn't teaching them. Oh my gosh, he's so smart. Oh my gosh, I love a smart man. Oh my gosh, he's so this, that, and the third. You ain't shit, Ray. Damn it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You feel me? But at the end of the day, beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, that's player. You feel what I'm saying? I know women want smart men. I know women want intelligent men, but I also know why they need that in their life. Some of y'all that's what happened with the conscious community. Niggas just got smart. They gained a lot of information. They didn't know how to apply the shit. You feel me? I've had women over the course of the last years tell me, yo, I just want to sit at your feet and listen to you talk. Okay, cool. You do? I'm going to make a podcast. I'm not going to cater this shit to you and exploit you and just give you all this information and be on some shit like, you know what? I can exploit this. I can have this one. I'm talking on the phone with this one. Nah, I'm gonna give it to all y'all, because I don't want nothing from y'all. Now, I don't know, like y'all are inferior type shit or nothing like that. No. I don't want to exploit y'all. I don't want no control over y'all. I don't want none of that. I want y'all to be privy to the game the way that I am, freely. You feel what I'm saying? Because again, when it's all said and done, you're going to tell other men about my shit. Or you're going to be talking to men about my shit, and they're going to get jealous and want to find more out about it. I'm cold with this shit. I know the humans, bro. But when it came to the women, it's like a lot of dudes like, yo, I keep hearing women talk about So Frail. Then they read So Frail, and I'm like, yo, you changed my whole perspective on. I know, nigga. Why you? It's game, bro. It's game, bro. Now, my player shit extends beyond just trying to manipulate women or just trying to get phone numbers and shit. I know how to play all the game, because it requires the same level of energy. It requires the same level of exploitation. Now, you have to decide whether you're going to be manipulative or influential with it. I chose to be influential because I already been manipulative. And being manipulative is easy as hell. So influential has to be as easy. You just got to have integrity with it. You feel me? So like I was saying, There was a lot of guys who just accumulate knowledge and giving it. I'm dropping knowledge. I'm dropping knowledge. But are you delivering experience? Are you providing understanding? That's what separates me from a lot of the other motherfuckers that were running the game. That's why they out the game now. They couldn't provide understanding. They just kept dropping knowledge, dropping knowledge, dropping knowledge, dropping knowledge. I was giving understanding the whole time. Now, we're tying this in to the game. You feel me? Whenever I tapped into women, like that's how I hooked them. It was the understanding. I gave them understanding of shit. I didn't just give them random facts. They were like, because I remember at one time, it was an undergrad. And they was like, why you just know random shit? I said, I don't just know random shit. I be understanding shit so much that it just sticks to me. And it was like, explain, women, explain. What do you mean? So I broke down some shit, something, and I just took them down a rabbit hole. And I was like, oh, wow. And it stuck. They'll never forget it. Because I didn't just give them a tidbit. I didn't just give them a nugget that was something they never heard. No, I actually took them down a rabbit hole and taught them something. So what does that do for a woman? It enhances her intuition. Because as I always say, and if you read So Frail 2, I think it's in So Frail 2, I say intuition without intelligence is insecurity. So when women be like, my intuition is never wrong. It do be wrong, especially when you ain't got the intelligence in it, because that's an insecure thought. And now that's why you see these women coming out, oh yeah, I was wrong. I just knew that I was right, but I was wrong because, that just wasn't him. You feel me? But my intuition was on point. If your intuition stay on point, how the fuck you keep getting played? Because you don't have the information. You don't have the information. So when you don't have the information or the intelligence, your intuition. Now, notice I said information, intelligence, but I meant intelligence. When you don't have the intelligence, you can have the information all you want to, but if you don't have the intelligence, the intuition is insecurity. This is why women say, I seen this, that, and the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh. Okay. That means you're doing this, that, and the third. That means that's what you saw. That's the information you had. Now, your intelligence is how well you're going to process that. Now, this is manipulative shit. Don't get me wrong. When you can get to the point where you can explain that, and then she can't rationalize the shit, that's not intuition. That's insecurity. You feel me? I knew I was dealing with a woman who said, she said, I know you're fucking this girl. How you know? Because she did some espionage. She went back to when me and the shorty used to flirt on Facebook or some shit. I don't even know how she even was able to find this shit. And I was like, damn, bro. Like, wow, okay, whatever. Ended up blocking the chick or whatever the case may be because she felt insecure. Again, that's something I had to learn about what insecurity really was. Insecurity is when somebody has intuition, but they don't have the intelligence to put to, like, what they're putting together makes sense in their mind. And I was just making a post about this on social media, on Instagram. Your mind is always right. That's a cold reality when you really sit and think about it. Your mind is always right. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. If you think you will, you will. If you think you won't, you won't. Like, your mind doesn't give a fuck about which direction it is. When you're right, when it's in there, you're right. So when you're telling yourself in your mind all of the shit that you see, but you don't have the intelligence to break down, or even the intelligence or the wherewithal, and I'm not calling this woman stupid. I'm saying she didn't have the intelligence about the situation. But as I'm telling her, the only intelligence she's drawing on is the past experience of men who fucked her over. So her intuition was on point as she thought. And then it came, oh, so you never, no, nigga, I told your stupid ass that. The fuck? You feel what I'm saying? But again, that also shows the other side, because within this very same woman, it's like, she's like, damn, I miss what we had. And I'll never find it again. I know. This is something that I started doing when I was a kid. I don't know if it's good or bad at this age in my life, and why if I should still continue to do it. But it's kind of permanent. I just do it. I haven't unrooted this within me. But I always make sure that you can't forget me. And I know that because it's player shit, bro. Cycling back. I'm always gonna tell you, like, I could have been a pimp. I could have been a pimp when I had shorty fuck my homeboy because she wanted to fuck me that bad. I knew I could have been a pimp. I knew then, at that moment, I knew I could have been a pimp. Easily. She was like, I want you so bad. I said, cool, but you got to fuck my homeboy before you get to me. And she did it. When I told the chick, you got to suck my dick if you want me to be your man, and she sucked my dick, I knew I had power. I said, damn, these chicks just won't say no. Mm-mm. I knew it. You feel what I'm saying? But I chose to stay player. I didn't want to manipulate and then, you feel me, do no stupid shit like that. Because that's a whole different level of karma that you got to deal with. Because there was a whole level of karma that I had to deal with as a player, homie. No nobody will talk about that shit. The karma you got to deal with for all that exploitive shit. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, bro, for real though, at some point we got to stop talking to women about masculinity and start talking to each other about it. And I mean really talk to each other. Not as enablers and co-signers, but as men trying to reach the pinnacle of our essence. And that's what the So Frail series does. So Frail 1 is the definition. So Frail 2 is the acknowledgement. And So Frail 3 is the resolution. If you rock with the So Frail conversations, I can guarantee you will rock with the So Frail series of books. So visit IamJustSing.com right now so you can add the series to your library. I promise you will never look at masculinity the same again, and you're going to stop wasting your time arguing with women about it. This is a conversation that men need to have between men, and it's time we start having this conversation now. But in being a player and developing that and being able to have that wherewithal to communicate and to tap in, I was doing all of the shit that these motherfuckers keep saying. And I'm going to say we, because real players, the real motherfuckers that they made the movies about, the smooth motherfuckers, is like the real ones. That was the ones the women got. I can change them. I can change them. And I'm going to tell you why women feel that they can change you. It's not because they can, they want to. Because again, the player, the man that you know around your homies is not the same man you know around the women. You feel what I'm saying? The women on the inside, the man that the women know is not the same man that the world knows. That's why she wants to change him. It's not that she feel that she can. She wants to. She sees the sides of you that don't nobody else see because you show those sides in order to keep it player, homie. That's why you can fuck her. That's why you can break her heart, come back to her, break her heart, come back to her, break her heart again. You can do it more than one time. I'm not glorifying it. I'm not bragging about it. I'm saying what the fuck it is. You motherfuckers that can't spin the block, y'all ain't player, homie. If you cannot spin the block, if you cannot hit her up 3, 4, 5 years later and say, hey, how you doing? And she still lights the fuck up, you not player, homie. Trust me. Trust me. And again, if y'all listening and you feel like I did you dirty, because y'all ain't supposed to listen because it's so for a conversation, but if you feel like I did you dirty, you got to understand I was young for one, but say I'm lying. You can't forget me because of what I exposed you to. You feel what I'm saying? They're unable to let go of that because of what I've shown them. No other man will ever show them again. So much so that you have to find a man like me in order to, like, I'll be telling motherfuckers and shit. They be thinking I'm being rude. Like, dudes, I know a dude that got mad. Well, he hit me up. It was like, yo, I'm getting married to this girl or whatever the case may be. I'm like, yo, you're welcome, nigga. The fuck you mean? I don't know. I hope you don't think that I'm trying, like I was trying to have her or trying to, like, she got something going on, because no, that's not the case. But if she's able to fuck with you now, you're welcome. I'm the standard, nigga. Fuck you mean? You better thank me. You feel me? Nah, nigga, what you trying to say? You still fucking. The fact that you feel intimidated by a motherfucker she ain't spoke to in years shows me, nigga, I'm the standard. You're welcome, motherfucker. Niggas hate that side of the player game. When you ain't as player as you thought you was, and then you got to realize who is helping to make you a player without making you a player. Because again, it goes back to the standards. The standards and expectations that the woman sets when she gives you the reward, my nigga. When you get down on one knee and say, will you marry me? And she says, yes, nigga. Somebody set that standard for her. And if it wasn't her daddy, who was it? The player, nigga. Fuck the heartbreak. Fuck the devastating shit. Fuck what she tells you about this man hurt me. He did this and the third. Watch the men that she says didn't hurt her. Fuck the nigga. Fuck the fuck boys that you can actually compare yourself to. Fuck those who say, oh, yeah, he won't shit this, then the third. Don't worry about that ex, homie. Don't worry about that ex. Worry about the ex that she don't tell you about. Worry about the ex that if she's seen that motherfucker in public, she's smiling. Worry about that nigga. Because that's the player. That's the player. Even more, the motherfucker that she can't leave alone, that you keep, that you know, like, The player is the motherfucker they make the R&B songs about. Why you with him? Crying Out for Me, Mario. I love that fucking song. He wrote that song to a woman who was dealing with a player, a real one. It's like you caught up in the maze. Yeah, you going in circles, girl. He got you going in circles. Like, that's real player shit. You feel me? I can't help but wait. No, nigga. That's that player shit, bro. I'm tapped into something she can't let go of. She don't want to let go of. She will never let go of. Until I say no more. And I know, how dare you say that? That's like, y'all niggas want to be player, nigga. We got to tell the whole story. This shit is heartless, bro. This shit is cutthroat. This shit is not a good look. Ain't nothing good about being a player, homie. Ain't nothing good about being a player. Only motherfuckers who have never been a player, only a motherfucker who never been on a game and actually played it for real is comfortable doing the shit. You see what I'm saying? And it's the motherfuckers, and this is why, what is it? Nas say a line in that song, Daughters. He say something about, he's talking about the real players. He said, God give us daughters. He said something about the line. Basically, I don't know the bar, but it's something about he gives us the daughters. After we've been players for all these time, he gives us daughters for our karma. You don't find that odd that real players, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know how it plays out like this, but a high percentage of the real players, they always have daughters. The niggas who won't really play, they have sons. You feel me? I know it's, you can't shuffle how the baby's gonna come out, but I'm just saying it happens like that. It happens like that. The motherfuckers that end up having sons, a lot of sons, nah, y'all niggas won't play her because the karma that you gonna get ain't that bad. Because you are actually a good person at heart, and you can instill that positivity in your kids. Now, don't fuck up and teach them to try to play a game that you didn't even play well. You feel what I'm saying? But the niggas like, that's why when the motherfucker is really a player and shit, like when he have a daughter, his shit changed. He like, it's when he has a daughter that he starts to realize, nigga, this is what I've been doing. Because we know the game. And it's deeper than, I'm playing these women, I'm dogging them out. No, what am I doing to these women to dog them out? What point of their mind am I tapping into to make sure they can't leave me alone? I don't want my daughter to go through that. Ain't nobody telling that part. We think it's just, oh, you don't want your daughter to get played. You don't want her to be. No. I don't want her to cry the tears that I've caused. Because I know what tears I've caused. You feel what I'm saying? I know what tears I caused. I know, and I'm. That's why I was like, before she come into this world, let me go and get my karma right. Let me go ahead and handle what I got to handle, because I can't. Because the way in which I tapped into women's souls, bro, it was different. And I don't know demonic shit or no shit like that. Like I had to do a seance or some shit. Like, no, I told you, paternal energy, fraternal energy, and spousal energy. That's it. My fraternal energy, it was always on deck, so I'm always playful. They always want a good time. That's why cougars love me. That's why my cougar phase was so simple. It was so easy. But then the niggas was mad because the old heads that they couldn't keep with. Like, you feel me? Now, mind you, my cougar phase was, you know what I'm saying? Women was anywhere between like 7 and 20 years older than me. You feel me? But it's like when the dudes found out about me, they like, what you doing with them? He taught me more shit than you ever did. I've shown them shit that people 20 years my senior has never seen before, has never experienced. I opened their mind up to it. See, that's the part of the cougar side that don't nobody talk about. They be thinking the cougars are, they just want a good time. No. They want that good time at first. I had cougars who ended up becoming my spiritual clients. I became their spiritual advisor. You feel me? It's real shit. Real shit. Because I was always player, homie. It don't matter. I can't turn it off. And that's where I guess the curse comes in for me. You feel me? Because at the stage I am right now, I want to settle down, yo. I want to have kids. I want to, like, I'm done with all of the shit that I said I was gonna do. Now I'm ready to start a family. I can't. Because I can't get past the fact, because when women can't get past the fact that my honesty is there. I don't have to lie to you. I never had to lie. And it's like, yo, you be like, there's no reason you should be this comfortable that you must have other women. I can get them, but I don't have any. Like, my thing is, I've reached a point now. where I no longer have options. Well, with all the options that I have, with all the choices that I have, for me, women are decisions now. So I'm in a different ball game with this shit. So when I see a woman that I want, you the only woman I want, and I can't say that shit no more, bro. Like it don't count. And I gotta adjust the way I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna say you're the only woman I want. You're the only woman I'm deciding on right now. Now, how long I can make this decision is totally up to you. But again, that's some player shit to say. Ain't nobody ever said no shit like that to me. He fucking with my head. I don't know, dude. Girl, you gonna go talk to your homegirls who have never experienced another motherfucker like this, and they're gonna psych you out of the shit. Next thing you know, I'm ghosted and the shit like this. The rinse right and cycle and repeat. And then a couple months down the line, when the next nigga that they couldn't find to replace to meet the expectations the way I did, got to come back. Hey, how you been? I'm good. I'm on to another decision now. So what the fuck do you want? Well, why didn't we? Because you didn't want to trust the fact that I am who I said I was. I can't help that. And that's where my fucking, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm cursed. And this is going to be a small vent session because it really does hurt my feelings. Y'all ain't gonna hold you. But, you know, as brothers, sometimes we got to be transparent with each other. Let each other know what we feel like. I feel like I'm cursed low key, and I don't feel like I'm gonna find anybody because of what my past was. And because of how I can't dissociate from it. I always say, like, you have 3 phases of your life. You know, well, I don't always say, y'all never heard this. Probably the first time you heard it, it just came to me today. But it may be in the past life I said it. But like, you have your hero arc where, you know, you're trying to save these hoes and you're trying to be at. Then you have your villain arc, right? And then you have your third one, which is your atonement arc. A lot of us don't get to our atonement arc because we don't leave our villain arc because of how damaged we were from the hero arc. The atonement arc is when you're able to bring everything together. You feel me? That's really the duration of your life. The atonement arc is when you're able to bring the hero and the villain together to work together. That's the final atonement arc. You feel me? And as I'm looking at my atonement arc, all they can see is the villain. The hero, they know that nigga gone, right? They don't realize that the villain is gone too. Because I'm comfortable speaking as the villain, because the villain is more of the comfortable safety side, right? So in my atonement arc, I'm transparent. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to lie to you to get you no more. That was hero shit. Like the villain arc, I don't have to lie to get you no more. The hero, I don't have to go above and beyond to get you. I just gotta be. And now I know where I'm supposed to be. So it's like, yo, it's too simple. You too fluid with this shit. Like I know there's somebody else. I know you can have any woman you want, this, that, and the third, but I'm deciding on you. See, when you get to your final atonement arc, you're no longer worried about your options. You're no longer worried about your choices. You're worried about only your decisions. You feel what I'm saying? Don't nobody talk about that side of the player, homie, or the pimp. When you get to that atonement arc, when you got to eat all of the shit that you did, you got to eat that shit. All the shit. Like I'm glad I was never a pimp, because that eating that shit is different, bro. Because you're putting souls up for sale. You're exploiting people. You feel what I'm saying? That's a whole different level of the game, bro. That's different. You feel me? I never took away anybody's free will. A pimp takes away your free will. These women ain't got no control over themselves no more. You feel me? That's different. That's a violation of the universe, yo. You cannot take away somebody's free will. So I'm glad I didn't have to go through that atonement. But my player arc, like I went through that atonement, and I'm done with I went through that villain arc. I went through all of that. Now I'm at the atonement stage, and I'm like, I can't erase it. I don't want to, because of all the lessons that it gave me, all of the shit that I've learned from it. You know what I'm saying? I would hate to erase it, but at the same time, it's like, because I can't erase it, it's always gonna be something that affects me. You feel what I'm saying? And then always being something that's affecting me, it's like, all right, when I go to these women, it's like, yo, I'm transparent as fuck. So when a woman says, yo, how many bodies do you have? How many women have you had sex with in your life? I tell the whole story. I'm like, I lost count, but I started having sex when I was 11, but I've been celibate for 8 years. So currently, so that's like, it's like, I know, right? Do you see the hero, the villain, and the atonement? Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, but at the end of the day, it's all still one. So it's like, what side are you going to magnify? You feel me? The fact that I have lost count with all of the bodies that I've had, or like the fact that I started at such a young age, but because I'm like, when you actually average the numbers out, it's not that many. You feel me? It's not that many. Considering the time I started, that's one of my saving graces. The fact that I'm like, yo, I lost my virginity at 11. So the time my sexing started to where I am now, the gap is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot wider. So the years, you know what I'm saying? Because when you try to average, you're like, oh, how many years is it? But then when I throw in that 8-year pocket of celibacy, it's like it merges it. But it's like, what are you going to pay attention to? They're only going to hear the bodies. Because now it comes into, oh, he's addicted to sex. Can't be addicted to sex if I went for 8 years without it. But it depends on what you're going to hear. Because I don't have to lie to get it no more. I don't have to fabricate who I am to get it anymore. I just have to decide on when I want it. And what I'm saying is by the reward, because the expectations, I meet those. Every time. With every woman I have a conversation with, every time I have a conversation, we start talking, we start flowing, I meet every expectation, and the reward is on the table. But it's scary because it's like, at what point are you going to regress back to your past? Never. I'm not. I don't go backwards. Fuck. Why? Like, I reached the point where I've evolved so much that I don't have to go backwards. I can only see forward now because I understand what's back there. Ain't shit to learn from that. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the reconciliation part that we have when I'm retired. Like, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have retired my jerseys without having kids. Some of us hang it up because we have kids, and that doesn't mean we actually hang it up. No, nigga, I was really done playing. I quit on my terms. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I quit the game on my terms. I didn't quit the game because, now I gotta watch. Like, no, because when you leave the game because of, like, you always have that what if. You know what I'm saying? And you have that feeling of, I still got it. I want to see if I still got it. I know I went out on top. I don't be trying to be funny. This is why, low key, this is tied to basketball. I still feel like Kobe's the greatest because Kobe's the greatest, but this is why I feel Kobe's the greatest. He retired 2 jerseys with equal stats on both sides. 8 and 24. I retired 2 jerseys in this shit. I retired the pre-heartbreak jersey and I retired the post-heartbreak jersey. I went out on top. There's not a thing that I have to do in the game anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Then you had those people who had the kids. They catch some, they start burning or whatever the case. You didn't go out on top. You got injured. You could have stayed in the game had you have been healthy. You feel what I'm saying? Pun intended. And some would have stayed in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I went out on top. Never caught a disease. Had one pregnancy scare when I was 15 because the condom popped, but that's it. No illegitimate kids, none of that. I won the game. That's what I feel personally. That's what you get in the game to be a player for. Get as many bodies as you can without catching nothing, without having any babies. I went out on top twice. So for me, it's like I have nothing to go back to. And this is why I was using the Kobe metaphor. Because when Kobe left the game, they was like, yo, you don't think about basketball? What for? I left it there. Like, I played it. I gave everything I had to that. There's nothing else for me to give. And I gave it twice. You feel what I'm saying? I got 3 rings. I got 3 rings with Shaq. Then I came back and got 2. I would have got another one, but I got injured. The injury started kicking my ass towards the end. But at the end of the day, I went out on top. My final game, I dropped 60. The fuck? You feel me? My final quote unquote game was with a cougar. My final game was with a cougar who, like, luckily she was on her period, but cougar gave me some fairly nice head and, feel me, swallow me up. Swallowed up. Oh shit. I was like dropping 60 for me. I went out on top. And I still got enough stamina, enough energy and everything to go back into the game again and retire another one, but I don't want to. There's nothing else to retire. There's nothing else to do. The only game that I really want to play now is The Father. That's it. You feel me? But that shit's hard to explain because, again, I got to be transparent with y'all. Because The player side is you have niggas that I still want to play. I still want to be the player. For what? I done been a player at every level that there is possible. Like I done it all. Now I don't even want to be the shit no more because it's too fucking easy. Because now we have the people that are looking to be players that they make the game easier. Niggas really mad that they can't play the game on easy. When we played it, when real players played it, we played it on hard. Like the players, we play it on hard. It's not our fault that the easy people was like, we played on hard and we practiced on hard. I'm gonna say it like that. So whenever we went into the game, that's why we always won. Because we knew who was easy. We knew who was amateur. We knew who was medium. Like we knew who was medium, hard, complex, all Madden. We knew that shit. You see what I'm saying? We could spot that, but we always played and practiced on all Madden. Y'all motherfuckers don't even practice, and y'all only play on easy. And y'all be wanting all Madden shit. You see what I'm saying? That's not player, and that's why you end up saying, "Oh, this man's a simp." No. Because when you really play the game, you know what you're supposed to do to win. I'm gonna take you out to eat. I'm gonna show you like this. Why do you, my nigga? Why do you think the women say they're not going for Olive Garden? Why do you think they're not going for Ruth Chris? Why do you think they're not going for Red Lobster? They're not going for the easy shit that y'all can do. Nah, they going for the other shit because there's levels to it. It's deeper than just, oh, I'm gonna take her to eat here. No. I have the capacity to take her to eat here, take her on a trip. Matter of fact, take her on a trip to go catch the shit herself. To like, and she gotta come backwards, nigga. This is what y'all don't know. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna try to wrap it up. This is what a lot of y'all don't know about bad bitches. Right? Bad bitches are regressing. They've been exposed to shit by rappers, scammers, celebrities, and shit, and they gotta come back down. There's a whole new standard that they can't function with. You see what I'm saying? There's a whole new expectation that has already been met that they've already rewarded. You feel me? Like, and that's what y'all are missing. That's what y'all are missing. It's not as simple as, oh, she just bad on social media. No, nigga, somebody flew her out. Somebody flew her out, nigga, and she didn't go to Red Lobster, nigga. She went to go catch the fucking lobster and crawfish, and they cooked the shit right there in front of them. Now, again, if you're saying, ain't no bad bitches doing that shit, you're not in the right caliber, bro. You're not even in the space for that level. I'm saying this from, I know women like this. They happened to catch me at the beginning of my entrepreneur phase. And I'm telling like, yeah, man, I used to deal with this rapper, this. Like, I am in my circle now, in the level of women and the caliber of women that I'm a very modest motherfucker, but in the level of women that they involve themselves with basketball players, rappers, and athletes. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like, because I'm in that pocket too. My essence is in that pocket too. They feel it. They feel it. Only difference is I don't like, I tap in differently because, again, I get your mind. You feel me? Fuck the experience of, oh, you took me to here. They knew I was going to get there. They knew I was going to get here to be able to be in the space that I'm at because they seen that all that I was doing. My energy was still that same thing. But in it, because I was like, nah, I'm not, like, they never had no. That's another thing you have to understand. When you really can keep it player, you can tell a bitch no. And I'm saying bitch dramatically because we're talking about bad bitches here. Y'all know how I rock. You feel me? But when you can tell them no, you can really say you a player. Y'all niggas can't say no. Y'all can't. That's why y'all would go. That's why that's why they can exploit y'all, because y'all can't say no. I've had invites to some shit that, you feel me? Let's go to Mexico. Let's go here. I'm building right now, baby girl. I can't. Well, if I you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, look, we'll see how things play out. If I get what I need to get done, I'll meet you. If not, you know what I'm saying? I'll let them know a couple weeks, I ain't gonna make it. I ain't done. You feel me? Because I really wouldn't be done. But that's like that's the shit. You feel me? Oh, we going to the islands. You coming? I don't know. Come on, don't deny me. Like, come on, you gotta let me go. Come on. No, nigga, like, you feel me? That's player shit. That's player shit. This is something y'all are not used to, are not accustomed to because you never had. That's why it should intimidate you and it's hard. And this is why you have to humble women. This is why you have to try to reduce who they are as entities, because it's like, I'm not that, but I want to be that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the motherfuckers who can do that simps. Oh, you're a simp. You this, that, and the third. Nah. See, you simping when you are doing those things for options. When you've already decided on this woman, nigga, that ain't simping. You in a whole different league of thought. You know why? Because when you quote unquote simp, when you're simping on a decision, think about what that means. This is the only one I'm doing this shit for. Now, granted, you got to vet it out. Is she your decision too? Now, that's player shit. Every woman that I decided on, every woman that I truly decided on, there was no other dude. Yes, I got cheated on when I was 21. You feel what I'm saying? But before the cheating happened, the decision was already made. Now, because she was the decision and she saw that, now as the gap widened and she wasn't developing, that's when the regression happened. Simple shit. Same woman I set the standard for. She'll never forget me. Now, it's some karma why she never forget me on one side, but in the whole, she'll never forget who I am. Ever. She can't. I set the tone. When she thinks about her degree, she has to think about, damn, I almost flunked out and I graduated early because of him. Damn. You see what I'm saying? When she thinks, I ain't gonna go into that because that's something different. You know what I'm saying? When she thinks about certain shit, she can't forget me. You feel me? Her mama, her mama's gonna continually ask her sometime, hey, have you heard about such and such and so long? Like, nah, I haven't. She'll never forget me. She got a scar on her body. It's connected to me. You feel me? I ain't beat her no shit like that. Don't get it twisted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I don't want to go into how that happened, but I didn't do nothing to her. Let me say that. Fuck that. Now I got, all right. So tied into the fact her cheating and getting on the pregnant, she was left with a scar. I'll say that because of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? The man, the like, she'll never forget me, bro. And then the fact that I showed her what love was. The power for betterment through correction. This is player shit. Don't nobody talk about that. You exploit and you tap into something that makes the motherfucker never leave you alone. That's the power. Now, when you use it for manipulation, that's when you're a player. Now, when you use it for influence, you're a good guy. I never proclaimed myself as a good guy. I knew I won't shit. Because I knew I was using my player the wrong way. I intentionally was using my player the wrong way. I said, fuck that. Let me get these hoes. When it got bad, when my big homies knew it was bad, was when I was getting more pussy than the most pussy getting big homie. I never forget the conversation. I came around the corner and shit. They was like, hey, bro, nigga, you might have somebody on your heels. Now, mind you, 7 years apart. They're like, nigga, you might have somebody on your heels. You're like, nigga, who? And he said, yo, Ray, I'm telling you, this nigga, yo, he said, because he was like, yo, he said, if you ain't careful, bro, he gonna pass you. He said, nigga, I get more pussy than James Bond. Like, that was my nigga, man. He did get more pussy than James Bond, though, but I got more pussy than him. But the conversation happened because it was like finals week or some shit. I ended up skipping school. And because we got out early, they can come and pick us up. So my big homies came and picked me up, and I brought a shorty home. She bought all of us pizza. And my homies, they, screening her and shit. I'm like, yo, she's like, yo, I just want to, she said, no, honestly, I'm just here to fuck him. And she was buying us pizza and everything and shit. And he was like, what? He's like, what kind of pizza y'all want, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm just here to fuck him. He was like, what? She's like, yeah, I got a man, but you feel me? I want to fuck him. And then he was like, nigga, he said, Professor, you got this chick buying us pizza. You ain't even fucked her yet. And she got a man and she wants you to fuck her first? You different. He said, yo, that's a different level of pimping. Homie, he said, yo, that's when I realized what pimping was. He was like, yo, you literally, what? He said, you ain't even fuck yet. And I'm about to, nigga, if y'all quit blocking shit, the fuck, damn. But yeah, I've always had it. So they told my homie, they was like, yo, bro, this nigga get more than you now. Nigga, no, he said, nigga, you ain't never do no shit like that. Said, brought a bitch home, fed the family, and then had another boyfriend and shit. Nigga, no, I ain't never seen you doing shit like that. I said, nigga, I do it all the time. He said, not when you was 15. He said, you right. You right. He said, I know, nigga. He said, he pacing to pass you, bro. And it was like congratulatory in the beginning, but now that I look back, it was so bad. I was 15 years old. I shouldn't have had that power. I shouldn't have had that power. At all. At all. Also at 15, I had a woman, 21. I mentioned this story before, All she wanted to do was suck my dick, and she would have bought me anything I wanted. It's different. It's different. This is the player that everybody wants to be, but not everybody wants to put in the work to have it. Because the shit that I had to do to these women, I understand. As a real motherfucker, I understand why women break windows out of cars. They only do that shit on player shit. As a motherfucker who, like, I get it. Now we in the space where motherfuckers are breaking windows because you won't pay their bills. It's different. Like, my era is different. The Jasmine Sullivan song shit, the bust the windows out your car, that was because of players, bro. I got to make you feel how you making me feel. And I got to do something physically to you because what you've done to me is mental and emotional. That song that Jasmine Sullivan got called I'm in Love with Another Man, I hate that song, right? I hate that song in the context of if it was sung to me, I'd hate it. But if it's sung about me, I love it. Because I've been the other man that a woman has been in love with and wouldn't want her. Because it's like, yo, he don't treat me right. He don't do that third. Like, yo, why are you still with him? Until you've been a player, you will never if you don't understand that song from the perspective of her singing about that man, if you're like, see, these women is for the streets, this, that, and the third, and it's like, people don't look at it like that. Y'all listen to Future. Future's a perfect example. Y'all know Future is a rapper, and y'all listen to his lyrics, but y'all don't understand how Future is able to tap into these women and exploit them and get them pregnant. We look at how Sierra ended up with Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson is a simp. Future's a simp too. Future did real player shit. You feel me? Now we got to look at the bigger perspective of this shit. Think about this. When Future and Sierra actually got together, it was around what time? When she did the song Body Party. Body Party, he wrote for her. You feel me? He wrote for her. He's the one doing the ooh, 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 ooh. He's doing that on a song like he wrote for her. Now, what does that do for a woman? I tapped into something and I gave, like, you are a singer. I wrote you a song to perform that now this is one of your greatest hits. Body Party and Promise are Sierra's biggest songs, in my opinion. Well, Body Party's 1 2 Step and all of that, but they're up there within her top songs, right? Body Party is written by Future. You feel what I'm saying? He created something that's going to keep her generating revenue, whatever the case may be, the label or however that, but either way, you feel me? Especially if they own the masters to him and shit, all of that shit. Matter of fact, they got to because Russell Wilson bought Sierra's masters, whatever the case may be. But Future always gets paid off that song. But even deeper than that, he gave her something that will last forever. He tapped into something that is essentially her. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it is to really be player, bro. We look at it a motherfucker, oh, if you ain't gotta lie. No, it's not about lying. It's about tapping in and exploiting. That's it. This is why I tell y'all all the time, yo. Y'all will hear me one day. Women don't like to be submissive. They like to be unleashed. That's how players work. They unleash the women. Women, I'll submit to a man who can lead. I'll submit to a man. They submit to the man that can unleash them. They fucking get like putty in your hand. Trust me. I did it all the time. And it sucks that I did it all the time because now when I do it, I be really encouraging these women. I be really hyping them up. I be really trying to, keep that motivation. They be like, you just trying to fill my head up so you can take advantage of me. I don't do that no more. I've decided on you. You're not an option. You're not a choice. I decided on you. Like when I'm in the talking phase, I spend time with one woman at a time. Everybody like, yo, you supposed to date with options. See, that's why that's why I'm in a whole different league with motherfuckers. Like, yo, y'all out here dating. I'm making decisions. So now When you compare me, because that's what the dating is for. That's what the option. You compare me to these options, you'll see I don't compare. Now I don't fuck with you no more. Because the whole time you were choosing the option, I was making a decision. Player shit. You got to really be player to be able to walk away from. You got to be able to be a player to say no. If you waiting as an option, you not player, homie. I don't give a fuck how much you think you can cater to her and give her the flowers and do all of the shit. If you can't say no to her, you ain't player, homie. That's the reality. If you can't say no to her and you have to lie to her, you ain't player. That's why we end up on these social media platforms where all of these dudes created a persona online that's like when you meet him in person, it's like, oh, he flew me out and then he left me here. That nigga ain't player. He won't play when he was talking to you, but you don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker can't tell you no. You gonna fly me out? Yeah, girl, I can fly you out. Nope. Nope. When am I getting flued out? Never. When you book your ticket, I'll meet you. See, I got men doing that. All right, cool. Now you get flued out and you get fucking left, and now you got to call a motherfucker that. Now that's another side of it. Because the niggas that they can call, they not fucking them. I'm stuck here. This man flew me out. Can you help? Fuck no. I ain't get you stuck out there. You better dumb ride it, nigga. What the fuck you mean? You supposed to be this, that, and the third. Yeah, you only call me when you need something. See, that's the thing. When you really player, they're not calling you when they need something. They know not to call you. So all y'all really players, like y'all really trying to be on this player type shit. Y'all really want to be in this energy and y'all really ain't built for it, bro. I'm telling y'all ain't built for it because I know. I was there when the shit got built, nigga. The way in which the game is played, I mastered that shit 4 times over. It's easy to me, bro. That's what makes it so scary. That's what makes it boring. That's why I don't understand why the fuck y'all are still in the shit and still trying to get into the shit. Yeah, I got this one. I ain't, man, look, I ain't keeping shit on the low. I ain't hiding shit. Nigga, none of that. Like, I ain't got to hide and play none of that. You feel what I'm saying? I tell the truth. Like, yo, you not, you not, and I keep it a hunt. I keep it funky with you. I'm not gonna try to, we'll see what, ain't no see where it go because it goes wherever I steer the boat. That's how I look at it. But when motherfuckers is trying to be players, they the poppers and the simps, they got to be out here lying to women. They got to be out here finessing and throwing all this other shit. Like, you can't keep up with that, bro. Only thing I can keep up is with my essence. I can't keep up with my status. You feel me? I can't. I learned that shit the hard way. Players don't try to fuck with their status. They only keep up with their essence, and that's where the line gets blurred. Just because you comfortable in your status doesn't mean you comfortable as your essence. And these women out here thinking y'all the essence. And then you actually portraying your status as if it's the essence until you gotta, do some sucker shit. That's not player, homie. That ain't player at all. Y'all out here gotta lie to these chicks and shit. Y'all out here gotta finesse and find chicks that are beneath your caliber. Cause you really ain't got no caliber. And that's the thing about it. You think, oh, these women gotta submit. Like, look, man, submission is European. Actually, it's a part of the Roman Empire, but submission is some European shit, bro. You study African history, African spirituality, all that shit, bro. They didn't submit. Our women didn't submit. They didn't. They were unleashed by the men. Circle, squares, and square circles, bro. 360 degrees on both ends. It was different. It was different. Now you got to submit when you know that you ain't shit. So now you have to play all these fucking games, romance, Roman antics. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's different when you understand etymology of words and shit. Romance. It's Roman antics. It's antics in which I'm playing with you now. Dope part about Roman antics is that the word Rome itself means like war, warlike. This is why they say all is fair in love is war. This shit's been a game the whole time. It's war games. That's what love is. You feel me? That's why it don't matter if it gotta hurt. It gotta this, that, and third. Pain is love. All of that shit. And you get exploited for that. You get exploited for that. And the players, the fake players and shit, these motherfuckers is, I got this. Like, because y'all listen to rappers who are never in the game. Some rappers, like, when you listen to the rappers tell a story about the bitch they got and this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third, like, a lot of them got her because they're rappers. There's a difference between having it and then rapping about it and then now getting it and then, like, having it first and then being able to make craft music about it, as opposed to getting it and then finally being able to craft music about it. It's different because it don't count. Because you never had essence. Like, she only got, like, and that's why the women that they get with be trash. You ain't got to be player. You ain't got to be player with the bottom of the barrel shit. All you gotta do is have a little money. You feel me? Now, because all of these women keep saying, "Oh, he broke, he this, that, and third," you gotta be careful because you trying to be player with women who are following insecure women. You feel me? I live by a new phrase, bro. If we can't co-create, we can't procreate. Simple and plain. That's my decision making skills. Like, I got to see you create something. I got to see you tangibly bring something into this motherfucking world. Well, if you can't do that shit, then why the fuck am I fucking with you? But now, that's how player shit work. When I know that what you good at, like, this is one of the reasons why hood niggas. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna try to wrap it up. They always talk about hood niggas. Like, listen to the way the women talk about how the hood niggas talking about. Ooh, that's my little Michelle Obama. That's the third. They love that shit. They love that shit because again, he's tapping into something that you don't see on the other side. You don't see the gangster hood nigga that's like, you see that, oh yeah, fuck these bitches and shit. Like, he ain't really calling her bitch in her presence. He ain't really doing that shit. He's, matter of fact, he's calling her his little Michelle Obama because he's helping her study. He's hyping her up and giving her that motivation to keep pushing, keep going. That's what she gets hooked to. But inevitably, this nigga's still a hood nigga. That's when he goes and exploits the shit, but that's why she can't go nowhere. You gave me something that I never had before. Yeah, we exploit that shit, cycling it back. It's not just fraternal energy that you come with when you have player energy. It's spousal energy and paternal energy. You're going to guide her and you're going to be intimate with her. Intimacy ain't just sex, bro. And that's why y'all keep fucking up. It's not just, I'm a fucker good. Nah. Every woman, I always say this, every woman that I ever had sex with, the vagina was never tight. I always thought there was hoes at first until I understood anatomy and physiology and I actually understood women. When a woman's body actually, once you in it, it opens up. It's not supposed to be tight because it ain't going to be tight. You feel what I'm saying? It's analogous to us. When we actually want some pussy, our dick get hard. When we don't, it don't get hard. Equally, to accommodate an erect penis, a woman's vagina has to open up. If they don't want that erect penis in there, it's not going to open up. So we be like, yo, that pussy's so tight, this, that, and the third. Nigga, that shit ain't primed. You feel me? But when you actually on some player shit and you really player and you know how to tap into the intimate side and you're not like, when you get to that intimate side, it opens up because you got to open up her mind and her soul before you can open up her body. You feel me? I'm giving y'all all the game right now, but it's like, yo, this is why I always had them. I could tap into your soul because I can easily penetrate your mind. I just have integrity with the shit now. But I was always able to keep it player. Because at the end of the day, I could tell them, you knew what it was. And when I tell them that they knew what it was, by keeping it player, they actually knew what the fuck it was. And don't forget to check out Cafe Clothing, formerly Just Scenes merch. Get all of your intricate designs crafted specifically for the melanated being to develop a positive imagery within self and to have a little bit of fun in the process. From the peace, love, knowledge, and freedom to the dead horses and water designs, all of the styles are crafted for the imagery to make you feel as you're supposed to feel. Because as I always say, the best way to fit in is to stand out. And what better way to stand out than with your exclusive styles from Cafe Clothing. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I gave y'all enough game on that, but yeah, I feel like this was just a continuation to the prizes of just the other side because that's what you got to become when you are trying to meet these expectations. You got to be player and shit. You got to be player and you got to be a pimp. But at the end of the day, a lot of us don't get to that point. You want the two, like the players and the pimps are the motherfuckers that can get the 200, the 10,000 ticket prizes. If you're not catching on to the reference that I'm talking about, go listen to the last episode before this one. You feel me? The motherfuckers that's out here, oh, they're simps. They just, those are the niggas that was on the 200 ticket episode. 200 ticket prizes. That's it. We not them. They not us. I ain't none of them. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not player no more. I still got the juice. I got the sauce. I got the squeeze. I got all that. I just don't use it no more because I don't want to. I don't want to. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's never been fair for me, but it's really not fair now. Because I've always had practice with women older than me. And I was killing their ass. You feel what I'm saying? But now, like, I gotta get a woman my age. You know what I'm saying? To have kids and shit like that. You gotta be in my pocket. It's easy. It's easy. And it's not easy in the sense that they're easy. I just know the game so well. I know what it is. I know what a woman is. And see, when you play her, For real, for real. And you on that type time. You know what? You know women. You don't just know vagina. You know women. You feel me? You know women. You know how to make them tick. You know how to make them. And these dudes that keep talking, like these dudes that have general consensus about women. That's the sad part, because we got the podcast space getting completely flooded. You feel what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why I don't have to spend time talking about women. I don't like. You feel me? Think about, like, it's these guys that want these type of women that keep telling how women are that they couldn't get. Think about that. How do you know so much about women you have no experience with? Because you couldn't get them. Because if we let you tell it, all the Pookies and the Ray Rays got them. While y'all sat on the sidelines. So how do you have so much experience and knowledge base about a woman? Like, you didn't experience them. You feel me? All you can do is express the neglect that they gave you. Because you was never a player, bro. You was never able to get them. This is one of the reasons why I love my podcast the most, because when it comes to me talking to the women, when it comes to me talking to the sisters and shit, I give y'all game. I know y'all still listening because y'all nosy, but I give y'all game for real. I give them game, but because this is the end, that's why I'm using it generally. But I give them game for real. Why? Because I don't want my little sister. I wouldn't want my little sister out here looking stupid. I was watching You Got Served. And when he called his little sister, he said, "Get out here, stop acting like a hoe." I don't want to have to say, I don't want to have to say that my sister's out here acting like my little sister out acting like a hoe. I want to give her the game to make sure she knows what the fuck she's about to go through. I'm not just gonna condemn her and try, like, I gotta talk to my little sister like she will be my little sister, big sister too. You feel what I'm saying? Daughters, all of that. Like, I can't do that, bro. I can't do that. So when I give the game and shit, when I talk shit about women and shit, it's gonna be a lesson in that shit. I'm gonna tell y'all how I exploited the fuck out of y'all. This episode is pretty much, if it wasn't already evident, this episode is pretty much elucidating the reality of, yeah, this is how easy it was. This is one, like, if the sisters again are still here, this is why you feel the way you feel about me and don't even know it. I know. I know. If y'all made it this far, I know that y'all gonna be hitting the DMs like, yo, yes, nigga, that's why. But because I respect you, I'm not gonna exploit it. Because I respect you, I never exploited it. I could have. World's over. World's over. World's over. When y'all quoting my phrases, you feel what I'm saying? Like there was things that I seen happening that I said I'm not gonna do. I was dealing with one woman. Now, mind you, this is where y'all hear me always say, if you are a spiritual advisor, spiritual teacher, whatever, you cannot fuck your students. You feel me? While they're going through their process with you, you cannot have sex with them. So this particular woman, you feel me? We vibing and shit. I didn't fuck her. I didn't try to get with her. But I'm telling her, nah, we can't cross that line, or whatever the case may be. She has a dream. She was a dreamer, whatever the case may be. She said, I had a dream. And in the dream, we went out. We was in Vegas and this, that, and third. She's like, I kept trying to kiss you, but you wouldn't let me. I said, I'm telling you, I don't do this shit for play. Even in your dream state, just the guides, the source, spirit, God, Allah, Jehovah, Christian, Buddha, whatever it is that you honor, whatever the case may be, it's telling you, you cannot cross that line with this person. And he will not let you cross that line. There's no seduction there. You cannot do it. You feel me? She's literally telling me about the dream. She said, I just kept trying to kiss you in the dream and you would not do it. You kept moving. You kept stopping me. I said, because that's what I'm doing in real life. And you think I'm playing, but I'm not. You think it'll get to a point where you can break me down, and it won't, because there's a separation there, because I will not exploit that in you. You feel what I'm saying? I've been that space. I've been that. I got integrity like a motherfucker. I could. Man, shit. The amount of shit, the amount of women that I could motherfucking tear down and break up, and I didn't, because I chose not to. I decided not to. And it's not like I contemplated the shit like, yeah, man, I could have her wrapped around my motherfucking finger. I said, nah, let me go ahead and let you know. Because I already know I already know how easy it is. I know. Now, like I said, this is what fucks me up in the long run, because I know how easy it is. I know how fluid I flow. I be trying not to. I literally like, and that's one of the things that fucked me up because that's when I be playing. Not playing, but that's when they can feel that I'm not being genuine. And they be thinking I'm not being genuine because I'm trying to lie to them or seduce them or shit like that. No, I'm trying not to. That's why it feels like I'm being fake. Because it's going to happen regardless. Once that wall breaks down and I start getting comfortable and shit, and like I am trying to be intensive with the fact that I don't want you to feel like I'm seducing you. So that's what I'm conscious about. I'm not intentionally seducing you, but the way in which it just flows and you just, hey, next thing you know, bang, bang, bang. You feel me? And then now I got to deal with other shit. You feel me? I got to deal with other shit like, yo, I didn't have a chance to find out if we was going to go that far. Or if we should have went that far. Why? Because sex gets involved. Feel me? Celibacy taught me a lot, bro. It helped me put a lot of this other shit to the side, but celibacy was the final piece because I needed celibacy so I can bring myself into that final atonement. The villain arc, man, once I finished the villain arc, I was like, yo, now I can fluidly move and I can see when my villain arc is about to be exploited or when my fucking hero arc is about to be exploited because the final atonement brings them both together. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to be able to be, if you're going to be player and shit, man, you can't be a player in the villain arc. Because you a monster at that point. Trust me. Whew. When you in your savior arc, you a good guy. You're the self-proclaimed good guy. I'm doing everything she wants me to do. And then once that shit switch, you become a monster, bro. You be heartless. You don't give a fuck. Just don't get caught into it for too long because it will start to feel normal. You know it ain't normal. You know that ain't really you. But you know what you're trying to get through. So now when you heal that shit and you get through that shit, being player becomes real easy because then now you can tell the truth. And then now you can end relationships and end situations where women don't hate you. I ain't got to worry about women, cursing my name or putting shit on me because it's like, it's all ended the right way. Only one, because she fucked up and got into the game she wasn't supposed to get into. You feel me? I remember that. I don't know if y'all remember that. If y'all would follow me back in the day when that woman kept making pages, like she kept impersonating my pages and shit, calling me a devil worshiper, calling me this, just DMing women, talking about he does that. Like, wow, she DM'd all of the women that she lurked and thought I was fucking. The reason why she did that was because she didn't register that she was a decision at the time. And because she still had options, she thought that she wasn't a decision. So she's sending me messages and shit. Oh, yeah. She sent me a message that was supposed to be for her friend, talking about, yeah, I fucked somebody else and it didn't feel good. I just couldn't get over him. I said, oh, my bad. That wasn't meant for you. Nigga, my name start with an R. Your homegirl name start with a D. There's no fucking way you accidentally did that shit. You got a whole thread. You typed all of that out to me, motherfucker. What you mean? I'm glad I didn't fuck with you. But at the same time, that's player shit. I took her mind somewhere. And I even respected the fact of where I was taking her mind and said, nah, I got to stop, baby, because she's like, this is what she told me. The way I felt about God is the way I feel about you. No. No. I never told you to do no shit like that. But it's just that warm, fuzzy feeling that I get. I don't get that about God no more. I get it. That means, you got other shit that you got to worry about. I know I don't fuck with the religion. I know I don't fuck with the shit. But I don't play with people's spiritualities. I don't play with people's spirits and people's souls. From that point, I was like, nah, I can't. You got shit you got to work on. Like, for real. You really got shit that you got. Come to find out, she was really crazy. Again, because social media, you don't know who was in what classes. You don't know who was in what motherfucking classes. You feel me? This motherfucker was legit crazy, bro. Like, she was fucking really crazy, bro. She was like crazy. And I was like, huh, okay. She just learned how to practice sanity. That's all. But again, it's shit you got to worry about when you really keep it player because you don't know. Like, these are the women that end up busting your windows out. I'm glad it was a long distance thing and it was upstate. Like, that shit would have been ugly, bro. I would have had a shooter. I knew a restraining order wouldn't work. I would have had a shooter. Like, for real. I know. Sting, you can't shoot no woman. Hey, look, if it's your life or mine, you going to get put down. I'm sorry. You sending threats about knives and shit. Like, you feel me? About how because if I got to get my niggas involved, like, it's different. I get it. Everybody want to be tough and you know what I'm saying on social media, and they got like, no, if I get my niggas involved, my homies involved, like yo, I said it in the jam session. If I'm calling my team, they causing a scene, and you might be a meme, but I won't be seen. But I will be seen with sand on my feet. I'm not even gonna be there, homie. I drop the bags and keep it going. Nobody knows shit. And now we got motherfucking digital currencies and shit. I dropped some crypto right fucking now. The fuck? Don't play with me. I dropped some crypto and disappeared. Don't do that shit, bro. Like, and the motherfuckers, everybody want to be tough. Like, nigga, we do this shit in real life. We didn't do this shit for social media. We not tough on social media, bro. Tying it back to the social media shit because I don't want to get too hyped on that shit because that shit was crazy, bro. And then like everybody that I was like, why is she? I was like, yo, I guess she thinks I was fucking you too. We don't even talk. I said, I know, but the fact that you in my comments, you always like my shit, she assumed it was you. She said, they were like, what did you do to her? Nothing. Nothing. And that's the crazy part. I just got some hair from her. That's it. That's it. And after that, I said, you know what? Fuck that. Celibacy is real, bro. I can't do this shit no more. I can't fuck with y'all no more. Like, y'all are crazy. I don't know what the fuck these niggas did to them. You feel me? I did nothing. And it's like when you keeping it transparent and you keep it at 100 with them, like, it's different. So those are the dark sides of keeping it player because you really exploiting some shit. You really actually tapping into their mind and keeping them hooked because you tap into spaces that they've never known before. Things about the women are designed to be unleashed, not submissive. This is why they lose their shit when a man unleash them. Behave. No, nigga, no. Women ain't meant to do that shit. But if you don't know that shit, you're going to try to tame her. You feel me? And that's not player shit. That's not player shit. Lloyd Banks got a song and a line in the song. He said, don't keep a caged bird, let that motherfucker free. I'm not calling them birds, but it's so Frail conversations. Let it free. Let it be free. Like, you feel me? The bird will come back to you, my nigga. If you leave a bird in a cage, whether you feeding it or not, when that motherfucker finally got out of the cage, it'll never come back. Because it experiences freedom. It experiences freedom for the first time. And it can move beyond whatever the cage is. You feel what I'm saying? Let a bird fly free and feed it periodically when it comes back. It'll always come back. That's it. Let the motherfucker free, bro. This is my old player ways. I'm telling y'all the game if y'all want to play it, but I'm telling you too old to be playing it right now if you're in my audience pool. But that's what it is to keep it player, homie. You're going to exploit and tap into the fucking spousal and the paternal energy and learn how to use it well. But if you manipulating the women and you doing it wrong and you exploiting the shit, you got to finesse them. You got to do all this shit. You got to decorate yourself. You want to use a fraternal energy and you suck. You a popper. You ain't really a player, homie. But everybody want to be player because it look good. I'm telling you, man, I done got some. I done pulled cougars and you fucking with these young boy. What he got? Hey, nigga, you should read my shit. Read my shit. And now they can't stop fucking with me. They can't stop thinking about me. And it's not in a way that I got them hooked or no shit like that. I'm telling you, I took their mind somewhere and I took their spirit somewhere and I brought them to a new place to feel better about themselves. Nigga, you can't replace no shit like that. I don't give a fuck who the next nigga is. Nigga, you got to do that again. You feel me? That's player shit. So if you really want to be a player, you want to have all the girls, you want to have the girls that can't leave you alone. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But you got to have a level of intelligence to tap into her intuition. If she's smarter than you, it ain't gonna work. If she got more intelligence than you, it ain't gonna work. It just ain't. So you got to figure out if being player is what you really want to do. Because then it's like, if you be player, you got to ask yourself, are you going to be a 10,000 ticket winner? Or are you going to be a 200 ticket winner? And this is why the niggas was complaining about the Casio pianos. I know it's like, yo, you got to go back and listen to that old episode because these two go together. You feel me? The players and shit, we don't worry about sticky hands, nigga. Don't worry about no motherfucking sticky hands, bro. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers be complaining about sticky hands not being, you know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. That's how you keep it player, homie. But I'm going to go in there. Go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And our sons, hey, look, Hmm. You can teach them the game if you want to. Just make sure you teach them right. Just make sure you teach them right because they come across my daughter and they not playing the game right. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bruh. She gonna fuck them up. She gonna break them down. And I don't know shit like she gonna trap him, have a baby by him, and no shit like that. I'm telling you, she gonna break him down. She gonna break his heart. He gonna call her a bitch. He gonna want to hate her because the level that I'm gonna have my daughters on, the awareness that they're gonna have of the game. Mm-mm. Telling you, I already laid the game out. You feel me? That's the sad part about this shit. I'm not hiding none of this shit. I wrote 3 books about it and I got all these so frail conversations. You feel me? I'm telling y'all what I'm gonna tell my daughters is the game. I'm telling y'all the game I'm gonna give my little girls. My sons is gonna be crazy, but I'm telling y'all the game. So make sure your boys know the game too. But make sure they know it in a way to be influential to a woman and not manipulative. Our culture is broken because as the saying goes, no nation can rise as high as its women. And that means that if no nation can rise as high as its women, that means there's a direct correlation to how the boys are treating the girls on the rise. So if we want to be on this player shit, we got to make sure we can be honest in the player game. You feel me? Stop just exploiting one side of it and then, you know what I mean? But teaching the whole game to our boys and teaching them that this is how you play if you're going to play. And then teach them how to get out when there's no need to play anymore. That's it. You don't get in the game to stay in the game. You get in the game to get out. Any big homie, any OG, or any if you giving the motherfuckers the game to stay in it, you failed. You're not a big homie. You're a little nigga that's older than people. The goal is to get in the game to get out. Learn what you're supposed to learn from the game and get the fuck out. Get who you're supposed to get from the game and get the fuck out. That's it. If you teaching them to stay in the motherfucking game, we're going to have a world of boys that keep doing. We're going to have a race of babies that hate the ladies that make the babies. Simple. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And I'm going to see y'all all on the next one. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.